Hey, guess who? It's Chris, MTGO's Rex Dart. Happened to be here playing in Tribal Apocalypse, so I thought I would go ahead and record the finals. This is Brett Memphis on Soldiers versus Romulos on Knights. And we're going to have a little break, I guess, before we begin the match here. Okay. Brett mulls to 6. On the play, leads with Razorverge Thicket into Basilisk Collar. And of course, we have not seen deck lists, but I'm going to guess that Romulo's probably using a lot of equipment and whatnot of his own. Maybe somebody whip out a Manriki Gusari or something to just trash that Basilisk Collar. Still waiting on Brett's second play here. I played Naya mid-range Warriors. Did okay. I went 2-2. Got lost very narrow game 3 against an aggro deck in the 4th round, where I would have moneyed. Price of Progress out of nowhere put me to 0 and him to 1. So, well, we're still waiting here for Brett. Yeah, the mid-range deck I was playing was a ramp deck, kind of, sort of a mid-range ramp, using Nature's Lore, Rampant Growth, Revisits kind of stuff, and then also some higher-end Ranger's Path and that jazz. So I had a few hands early, first round, where I just seemed to draw nothing but fatties and no little stuff. There, we're back now. Porcelain Legionnaire comes down. Yeah, Singleton's an interesting format. You try to build a lot of redundancy into your deck, if possible. And in some cases, you can do it and almost get the deck looking like it plays like a regular deck. Basilisk Collar on the Porcelain Legionnaire. Going to swing in and bring the life totals back. It's going to O-ring the Porcelain Legionnaire, apparently, not the equipment. And we'll swing in with Core Firewalker for 2. Brett is at 4 mana now. Let's see what he has. Could be an enlistment officer? No, Daru War Chief. Alright. Soldier spells cost 1 less, and soldier creatures get +1/+2. Silverblade Paladin's going to come down now. Core Firewalker off tribe here, very nice inclusion, because there are a number of red aggro decks that people play, and Singleton tends to have very expensive mana bases, and so some of the budget players just play mountains and do pretty well by and large. But it's a good reason to pack a Core Firewalker off tribe. Just completely hoses them if they're playing mono red, which generally they are. You don't see a lot of splash, off color removal, that kind of thing. So. Brett Memphis' own Core Firewalker in tribe for him on Soldiers, just single-handedly beat in round 4 mono red deck. Goblin aggro thing. Is that a Modern Masters? Yeah. It's a nice City of Brass artwork there. I like the original myself just because I'm old school that way. And speak of the devil, there's the other Core Firewalker. And we've got a Garruk Wildspeaker here. I believe this is the Xbox Duels of the Planeswalkers promo art from a couple of years ago. Sword of War and Peace. As predicted, Romulos always packs a bunch of swords in his decks. And that's the relevant one there, because protection from white is definitely going to wreck Brett's day. That Silverblade Paladin is bonded with the Core Firewalker. If he gets to suit that thing up and beat in, he's going to do a ton of damage. Would be 4 double striked to 8, and then 2 triggers of Sword of War and Peace, although it looks like Brett will only have 1 card in his hand at the point that that would occur. But still, that's like 10 damage. Nope, he's going to have 2. Yeah, that... well, he can block. I forget. He can make a beast with Garruk here. So the 3/4 Core Firewalker is going to get double blocked by the double striking Silverblade Paladin and Core Firewalker. And that just kills it outright. So kind of a bad attack there from Brett. And so yeah, he's going to have to chump block with the beast here, because otherwise that would be 12 damage once you factor in the 2 War and Peace strikes. If there's removal here, no, okay. If there's removal for the beast, this would be game right here. Oh, no, okay. White Knight. The old standby, using the original alpha art there. Alright, he's going to attack Garruk here. Since he knows he's getting chump blocked anyways, I guess... Garruk's going to have to keep making beasts to hold off the Sworded Paladin. That is the... I believe that was the Buy a Box promo for Avacyn Restored in paper art. It was a store activity promo earlier this year. They went over to a system of you spend X amount on the store, or you play an X number of events, you get a promo card, rather than the old system of having multiple tiered online player rewards, which was based on how much you played, how much you spent at the store, etc., but went up into much higher figures, whereas now it's just kind of like you spend 25 bucks at the store, you're going to end up getting the promo. Probably a lot of people get the promo this month because from the vaults, 20 is coming out. $40, I think it's going to be pretty popular. It's got Jace, Tangle Wire, which is a really expensive card, only really relevant to Classic and Vintage when that comes, from Workshop decks. And they're having a little discussion in the sidebar here. I don't necessarily think that the soldiers are a bad matchup against knights. His sword is obviously a problem, but the soldiers have they have the Lord that gives their guys first strike. They have this guy. They can get they can end up fighting with knights fairly well. But I think he's saying that his guys are a little slower. I don't know. It's probably a lot of 2 and 3 drops here for Romulos. Largely the same for Brett. All right, so we got 4 mana for Hey, a Wiltleaf Liege, which is worth 8 tickets, and nobody wanted to do my Tell Him Tour challenge to try to win this thing, which it's retired after today, so you no longer have a chance. All right, White Knight and both of them double strikers coming in. Don't know what the morphed guy is off the top of my head. Trying to remember soldiers that have morph. Now you can just play. There have been a lot of good soldiers printed over the years, but of course the tribal synergy aspect of soldiers all comes from Onslaught block. And this guy here from Scourge, as an example. Let's see. So the morphed guy and the war chief are going to block the core firewalker. Well, the first strike. Okay. Oh, and he morphed the prevent all combat damage non-soldier creatures would deal this turn. Ah, okay. That's a good trick there, although it didn't. Well, how did that. This guy is. Oh, that guy is a soldier. Yeah, and it's reciprocal. So that'll do it for that game. Join me in a second for game 2.